Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm not there with you today, but I just wanted to go over a couple of factoring problems with you, and then all you guys are going to do is work on the rest of this, and we will go over it together when I'm back, okay? First off, for your warm-up, you guys can pause and try this on your own, but I do want to just go over this. Whenever you are factoring, you always want to look for a GCF first, okay? So in the first example, I have 5x squared minus 45. I'm looking for something that I can divide 5x squared and 45 by. And in this case, that's going to be the number 5. And that's going to leave me with x squared minus 9. Now, remember the other day we talked about our special patterns. When I see two terms, I want to think about perfect squares. And this is a difference of perfect squares. The square root of x squared is x. The square root of 9 is 3. So my final answer here is x plus 3, x minus 3. Remember that plus minus cancels out that middle term, and that's what we're looking for here. Okay, in the second one, I have negative 5z squared plus 20z squared, plus 20z. When we're factoring, we don't just want to look at the coefficients, the numbers in front. We also want to look at variables. So in this case, my GCF is negative 5z. And now, as I factor, something I like to ask myself is what would I need to multiply by to get what I started with? So here, it would just be z. Negative 5z times z is negative 5z squared. To get that positive 20, I would need to multiply by negative 4. So my final answer here is negative 5z times z minus 4. Okay, so now here are our steps. We always want to start to see if there's a GCF. Then we want to check if there's a special pattern. If there is, as we discussed the other day, that makes our lives way easier. Lastly, we want to factor whatever is remaining if we can, okay? Here are the steps for the AC method, but I'm going to review that with you quickly. We use the AC method when the leading coefficient, the number in front of x squared, which is a, is greater than 1, okay? So the example I want to look at with you guys is number 1. We have 2y squared plus 15y plus 7. Okay, the first thing I want to ask myself, is this a special pattern? Or sorry, is there a GCF? Does 2 go into 15 and 7 evenly? The answer is no. Okay. Is this a special pattern? Is 2y squared or 7 a perfect square? Or are both of them a perfect square? No. So now I need to factor. Since the 2 is greater than 1, I'm going to use the AC method. And I'm going to do 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, I want to find factors of AC that add to B. Okay, now here I said call these factors m and n. You don't really need to do this, but I want you to pay attention to 2 and 3. The goal here is to, whatever factors we're going to use, we're going to replace the middle term with those two factors. Okay, so we want to find two numbers that add to 15 and multiply to 14, and that's going to be 1 and 14. Okay, here's what I mean by replace. I'm going to bring down my 2y squared, but now I'm going to do plus 14y plus 1y. Okay, I'm taking these factors and I'm replacing the term in the middle with them. And then I have plus 7. Now, I want to group the first two terms and the second two terms. When I do this, I now want to pull out the GCF, okay? The GCF of 2y squared plus 14y is 2y, and that leaves me with y plus 7. The GCF of 1y plus 7 is just positive 1, and that leaves me with y plus 7. I call these the twins, and anytime you're using the AC method and factoring by grouping, you want to look for the twins. Now, when I say twins, really what they represent is one factor of your answer, okay? Or one factor of the quadratic. The 2y on the outside and the plus 1 on the outside represent the other factor of your quadratic. And here's why. If I were to FOIL this right now, if I said, hey guys, can you FOIL this? You would do 2y times y and then 2y plus 7. Well, that's what we had right there. Then you would do 1 times y and 1 plus 7. And that's what we had right there. Okay, so the twins represents one factor. Whatever GCF you pulled outside represents the other. And my final answer is 2y plus 1 times y plus 7. All right, guys, that's it. For class today, you guys are going to do the rest of this packet. And if you don't finish, you're going to finish for homework. And we will go over it when I see you again. Have a great day today.